Welcome to the fourth session of Revision through MCQ series. In this session, we are going to discuss about Jainism. I hope that you have already watched the third session that was on Buddhism. You can find the links for the videos in the description box, and you can also go to the videos by clicking on the bell icon. Now see the first question, it says that we have to figure out the correct statements. The first statement says that the first Tirthankar Mahavira popularized Jainism. The first statement goes wrong because first that we have to know here that the first Tirthankar was Rishabdev. Then additional information that 22nd Tirthankar was Neminath. 23rd Tirthankar was Parswanath. And 24th Tirthankar was Mahavir. So Mahavira was 24th Tirthankar and given the credit of popularizing Jainism. So certainly Mahavira was not the first Tirthankar. The first statement would go wrong. The second statement says that 24th Tirthankar was Neminath. Again, the second statement goes wrong because Neminath was 22nd Tirthankar. So both the statements, they go wrong. The next question says that at which of the following places Mahavira was born? Mahavira was born at Kundagram. That was a place in Vaishali. Additional information that we can have here is that Kundalvan was the place in Kashmir. And here the fourth Buddhist council was convened. Then Kaushambi was the capital of Vatsa Mahajanpad. And Kashi, the capital of Kashi was Varanasi. And Kashi was a Mahajanpad. The next question says that at which of the following places Mahavira passed away? अब याद रखेंगे that the Mallas, they were a republican tribe and they got two capitals. One was Kushinara. One was Pavapuri. In Kushinara, Buddha died. In Pavapuri, Mahavira died. So answer here is very simple. Mahavira passed away at Pavapuri, one of the capital of the Mallas. The next question says that mother of Mahavira was Mahamaya. The first statement goes wrong because Mahamaya was mother of Buddha. Mother of Mahavira was Trishla. And Trishla was one of the princesses of the Lichavi family. Both Buddha and Mahavira were connected with the powerful Kshatriya families, and one of the factors that their rise was so easy because they were very influential, connected with the powerful Kshatriya families. The next statement says that Yashoda was wife of Mahavira. It is correct. It is believed that Yashoda was wife of Mahavira. Some of the Jain tradition, they also talk about daughter of Mahavira, Priyadarshini. So the second statement is correct and the first goes wrong. The next question says that Makhali Gosal was initial companion of Mahavira. Mahavira left home at the age of 30 and one of the initial companions of Mahavira was Makhali Gosal. So the first statement is correct. The second statement says that Makhali Gosal was founder of Advaitwad. The second statement goes wrong. Advaitwad, one of the main founders was Shankaracharya. Again, additional information that we can have here is that Makhali Gosal was founder of Ajivika philosophy. So who were Ajivikas? The Ajivikas were extreme fatalists. They believed that no karma would have any impact on the fate or the outcome. Ajivika philosophy, extreme fatalist philosophy, the founder was Makhali Gosal. So the second statement goes wrong. The next question says that Jainism does not believe in supreme creator. It is correct. Just like Buddhism, Jainism also does not believe in supreme creator. So for both Buddhism and Jainism, there is no supreme creator or supreme God. The second statement says that Jainism does not believe in soul. Now, this statement goes wrong. Jainism believes in souls and God. So one marked difference is there between Buddhism and Jainism. Buddhism does not believe in souls and gods, but Jainism believes in souls and gods, the smaller gods. One similarity is there between Buddhism and Jainism. None of them they would believe in supreme creator or supreme God. None of them they would believe in that. But while Buddhism would not believe in souls and gods, even pure atheist it would be, Jainism would believe in souls and the smaller gods. So the second statement goes wrong. The next question says that Mahavira got enlightenment on the banks of Niranjana river. This statement goes wrong. On the banks of Niranjana river, Buddha got enlightenment. Mahavira got enlightenment on the banks of Rijupalika river. Rijupalika river. Again, the next question says, the next statement says that Mahavira got enlightenment at Shravasti. Mahavira got enlightenment at a place that was called Jimbrikagram. Jimbrikagram, also called at times Timbrikagram, was a place in Vaishali, and it was in Jimbrikagram that Mahavira got enlightenment. So the second statement again goes wrong. The next question says that Anekantvad is a core philosophy of Jainism. Anekantvad certainly is a core philosophy of Jainism. So what do you mean by Anekantvad? It would basically mean that when you look towards truth from different angles, it would look very different. So basically, Anekantvad would believe that everyone would have a partial idea about truth because they're looking toward the truth from different angles. And nobody has got perfect knowledge. The perfect knowledge is there with Tirthankar. This perfect knowledge is called Kaivalya. Oh, so the supreme knowledge is called Kaivalya, and it is only there with Tirthankar. And if this is so, the second statement which says that Jainism believes that supreme knowledge is Kaivalya, that is correct. The next question is the concept of Anubrata. Now, when you talk about Jainism, it would propose 5 vratas like Satya, truth, ahimsa, non-violence, aparigraha, non-attachment to the material things, asteya, non-stealing, and brahmacharya, or a pure life. Now, when 5 vratas would be followed by the lay followers, upashaks, they would be called anubrata, the smaller vratas. And when they would be followed by the monks, they would be called mahavrata, higher vratas. So the concept of anubrata basically is a concept of Jainism. C would be the answer. The next question says that the prime goal of Jainism is nirvana. The first statement goes wrong. The prime goal of Jainism is not nirvana. Nirvana is a Buddhist concept. Buddhism would talk about nirvana, perfect conditioning of mind. Because Buddhism cannot talk about moksha, salvation of soul. Just now we have discussed that Buddhism does not believe in soul. If this is so, certainly nirvana is a Buddhist concept. The first statement goes wrong. The prime goal of Jainism basically is moksha, freedom, salvation of soul. The second statement says that Santhara is a Jain concept. It is correct. Look, what is Santhara? Death by fasting and meditation. That is called Santhara. The Jainis believe that the best form of death is death by meditation and fasting. This is what is reflected in the term as Santhara or Salekhana. So the second statement goes right. Next question says that Sthula Bahu led the Shvetambars. And the second statement here says that Bhadra Bahu led the Digambars. Now you should know that in Magadha, once there was a big famine, it is believed. And that is why a group of the Jain monks migrated towards south under the leadership of Bhadrabahu. Rest of them they remained in Magadha under the leadership of Sthulabahu. Now when the southerners they returned back, they found that the Magadhan monks they were believing in a heterodox type of ideology in which they believed liberal interpretation of the teachings of Mahavira as per the time. On the other hand, the southern monks under Bhadrabahu, they were quite orthodox. They believed in strictly implementing the teachings of Mahavira. And when this is so, a division is started in Jainism. The southerner monks under Bhadrabahu, they came to be known as Digambars, as they would not even accept the clothes and would completely, perfectly follow the teachings of Mahavira. So, the second statement is correct. The Magdhan monks under Sthula Bahu, they were heterodox, were looking for liberal interpretation of the teaching. They were called Shvetambars and they would accept the clothes, white clothes. They were under the leadership of Sthula Bahu. So the second statement and the first statement, both of them, they are correct. Sthula Bahu led the Shvetambars and Bhadra Bahu led the Digambars. One more question says that Jainism emphasizes on Majjhim path. The first statement goes wrong. Majjhim path is middle path, and middle path basically is a Buddhist concept. So Buddhism talks about middle path, avoiding the extremes of austerity, penance, and at the same time extreme of luxury. Both of them they should be avoided. Majjhim path Buddhism advocates. Compared to that, when you talk about Jainism, Jainism would talk about extremes of penance and austerity. But when this is so, certainly this would make following Jainism very difficult, and that is why initially the number of followers of Jainism would be lesser than that of Buddhism. So the first statement goes wrong. The second statement says that Chandragupta Maurya was a Jain follower. It is correct. Chandragupta Maurya, the Mauryan ruler, was a Jaina follower in his ideology. In fact, he moved towards south, towards a place called Shravanabelagola. And from there, he committed Santhara, the Jain ritual of fasting and meditation unto death. Now, additional information that we can have here that another great ruler, follower of Jainism was Kharavela, who was from Kalinga. He constructed the Hathigumfa. And Ranigumfa. Hathigumfa and Ranigumfa caves and dedicated them to the Jain monks. Now, this is what I wanted to discuss with you in this session of revision through MCQs. Very soon I would be there with the next session that would be on the age of Mahajanpadas. Thank you so much.